Welcome back, Renegades. Today we got gameplay, our last in the series of Pudding. Purple, yellow Pudding versus blue Doffy. This will finish up the Pudding gameplay for OP09. We still have plenty of more gameplay videos from other leaders coming out. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, share the channel, let your friends know if you're enjoying this content. They may as well. So let's get into it. Alright, so we choose to go first here. We're going to use our search event. We're going to grab that 10 drop Big Mom for the late game. Alright, so the opponent plays out a Perona, placing cards atop their deck. So we have 2-9. We have a good top end here. We need to get some 2Ks in hand, so a couple more earlier stuff. But we're going to put 3 Dawn on Pudding, go 8 into 5. They take that. We ramp a Dawn, showing a Katakuri and a Miss All Sunday on top of life. So they're going to get a Jinbei into a Weevil. Pretty good start. We're going to take that first hit so that we can play out a Katakuri, using its effect to turn it card face down, giving an active Dawn to leader. Pressuring the Jinbei, ramping a Dawn, showing now Miss All Sunday in a 0-drop event. They do counter out of the Jinbei hit, which is fine. But we're at 8 Dawn already. So next turn we're going to be at 10. And opponent's still sitting at 6. Debating about this, but we want to make sure we get to the 10 drop. And I guess what we're going to do, I think we're going to try to counter out as much as we can, or we just won't use the effect. We're not going to use the effect here, because we're at 8 Dawn. So here the opponent's going to go 7 into life, using its leader effect. Putting a couple other cards back into their hand. We take that hit. We're at 1 life. Opponent's at 4. They're going to play out a Martial Teach, pass it back. We're at 10. We did get another 10 drop Big Mom, which is awesome. But we are going to play out the 9 drop Linlin instead, trashing the Miss All Sunday to gain a life. And we're going to put their Weevil on top of on the bottom of their life. And then we're going to pressure 7 into the Law. We want to pressure the board here, because we only got 2 life. We only had 1 life, so we wanted to pressure the board this turn. Like the 1 life gain versus what they had on the field, we needed to pressure their board. And they're going to use some cards out of hand, which is fine. And now we're going to pressure with a 6 and 5. No reason using card effect, because we'll be at 10 again. See if they want to give us another 2K worth of counter out of hand, which they gave us a 1K and another 1K. It looks like they're going to be, yep. That works for us, getting that hand size down from the opponent. We still have some counter in hand. We have the 0-drop event, which we can trash the Miss All Sunday for a 3K. We have a couple 1Ks. We don't have a lot of great counter power, but we also have a good top end for the next turn or so. So we just need to make sure that their board doesn't get too out of control. Opponents at 5, they got a Jinbei from their Sengoku search. That Jinbei is really good. They're just going to hardcast Jinbei. Get the Gecko from hand. And I'm assuming they're going to grab another 2K back, or maybe the Law. They're going to get a 2K Buggy back from the trash. Makes sense. And now they still have a Teach ability, which they could use to pressure a big swing, but they're going to go 7 into 5 here with their Law. We're going to give them that 3K worth of counter. So now they still have the Teach effect, which they could give 2 Rested Dawn to their leader, put another 7 Warlords on top of their deck, and then swing 7 with their leader. If it comes at life, we have to take it. If they swing 7 into Katakuri, we could potentially counter out to save that if we want to. But you see Doflamingo is swarming the board turn after turn. So 6 into 5 here. We're going to give them the 2 1Ks. And drawing up. We're back to 10. Now we're going to deploy the 10 drop Big Mom. Gained a life and trashed one of theirs. We're going to pressure 5 into, debating between life and board. We're going to go into their Law with our leader. It's their smallest swing, so if they want to use a counter, that's fine. Alright, so they use a 1K. Now we're going to pressure it with a 7K. See if they want to give us 3K worth of counter. They don't. So 9 into life here. They're going to have to take that. Just pass it back. Now we're at 3 life. The opponent's at 3 life. They do have some board swings. We don't have much counter. So we're kind of relying off our life triggers, which we don't know what they are. So they're going to go 7. Are they going to go into board? Okay, we're going to save that. At least this swing. They want to pressure the board. That's good for us. So they did get the Katakuri, but it took 2 of their swings to do so. And if they want to swing with Sengoku and Teach, they're going to have to invest the rest of their Dawn, essentially. So they're just going to pressure 10 into our 9-drop, which we have to give that to them. So back to us now. We're going to just chain that 10-drop Big Mom, gaining another life, trashing theirs, pressuring 5 into the board. So we're back up to 4 life now. Now we're going to pressure again into the Jinbei and passing it back. So we were at 1 life at one point. So we've gained quite a bit of life this turn. We're just trying to gain that life back, trashing the opponents, pressuring their board. Kind of what our plan is to try to wrap this game up. We're at 4 life. They're going to have to use all their Dawn to even make swings into the board. So we're going to play out the Law, bouncing back the Sengoku Searcher. Probably trying to find another answer. We do have a 9-drop Linlin in hand. So they returned both their Sengokus back to hand. Okay. They're going to play out one of their Sengokus, getting a 2K Buggy from the search. Playing out another Sengoku. They got a Crocodile, which is a 2K. Alright, so they found 2 of their 2Ks. But we have 12K bodies coming, and they can't pressure the board this turn because they utilize their Dawn. They still have a 7K swing into life if they want to use it, but they're going to use Buggy instead. They're going to use its on-play effect to place cards on top of their deck. Just passing it back to us, and then they scoop it up. Yeah, so they had a couple 2Ks. Their 7-drop event wasn't any good for them because our characters were too high costed. Yeah, looking good, pretty good there with Pudding. We were able to come back with the life gain. We still had the 9-drop. We had Edward Newgate, which realistically would have spent another 1K counter in hand. It's good for the early game if we want to try to ramp. We can kind of like manipulate our face-up cards. So they had a 2K in their life and then the Weevil. So, yeah, good showing here with Pudding. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.